In this video, we're going over the bottom-up constant space approach of house robber. Let's go over the thought process. In the array bottom-up approach, in each of the iteration, we are only relying on values at indices I plus 1 and I plus 2. This means we can create two variables to keep track of the values at the two indices. Then in each of the iteration, we will be updating the two variables. Let's go over the pseudocode. So we're going to create two variables. The first one is M1, the maximum amount of money at index I plus 1, initially 0, and M2 is the maximum amount of money at index I plus 2, initially 0. Then we're going to iterate through the indices of the input array, denoted as I, and then we're going to create a variable M to keep track of the money, or the maximum amount of money at the current index. Now M, at the current index, we have two choices: robbing the current house or skipping the current house. So I want to set M to the larger value between. If we rob the current house, our next index is I plus 2. Or if we just skip the current house, it's just the maximum amount of money at the next index, I plus 1. Then we can return M1. Oh, one more thing is we need to update the two variables. So I want to set M2 to M1 and set M1 to the current M. Then we can return M1, which is the maximum amount of money if we start at index 0. Now let's go over the time and space complexity. For the time complexity, we still have O of n because we visit each index once, and our space complexity is reduced to O of 1. Let's go over the code. So we're going to create two variables, M1 and M2, initially 0. Then we're going to iterate through the indices of the input array. Then we're going to create a variable M and want to set it to the larger value between robbing the current house and skipping the current house. So if we rob the current house and we skip the current house, now we want to update the two variables. Then we can return M1. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Like and subscribe for more videos that will help you pass the technical interview.